Welcome to the Teacher Rockstar Podcast, the podcast that's dedicated to providing valuable insights, practical tips, and proven strategies to equip new teachers for success. I'm your host, Steve Hiles, educator, published author, and instructional coach. Join me in each episode as we offer a supportive platform for navigating the challenges of the teaching profession. In this episode today, we're going to be discussing the science of reading. First of all, let's kick things off with by defining what we mean by the science of reading. It's not just about learning to read, but grasping the process of reading itself. This field intertwines cognitive psychology, neuroscience, and educational studies. In essence, it's an interdisciplinary approach that looks at how our brains work when we interpret symbols and extract meaning from text. And believe me, it's way more intricate and fascinating than it might seem. First, I want to discuss what the science of reading is and what it is not. Now, this information comes from the National Center on Improving Literacy, published in 2022. What it is, okay, it's research that was conducted over time from multiple fields of study using methods that confirm and disconfirm theories on how children best learn to read. Teaching is based on 5 big areas, okay? Phonemic awareness, the ability to identify and play with individual sounds and spoken words, phonics, reading instruction on understanding how letters and groups of letters link to sounds to form letter-sound relationships and spelling patterns, fluency, the ability to read words, phrases, sentences, and stories correctly with enough speed and an expression, vocabulary, knowing what words mean and how to say and use them correctly, comprehension, the ability to understand what you are reading. Okay. It is ever evolving. There is new research and evidence all the time. And I will tell you this, as populations, communities, and approaches evolve, so should the practice of teaching reading. Now, what the science of reading is not. It is not a program, an intervention, or a product that you can buy. The science of reading could be considered an approach to teaching reading that is based on decades of research and evidence. It is not a specific program. Phonics-based programs that drill skills. It is not that, even though phonics is an integral part of teaching reading based on science, but it is just one of the 5 big ideas that should be taught so all children can learn to read. Complete and no more study needs to be done. It's an ongoing evolutionary process. And it was with any science, it's never complete. We can always know more. More study happens all the time, and researchers, teachers, and families can work together to bring the research into classrooms. Now, I want to kind of give you a little history here. In 2001, Dr. Hollis Scarborough created the reading rope, in which all the different strands of reading are all interconnected, yet independent of one another. Scarborough's rope captures the complexity of learning to read. Now, I'm going to show you an example. I have a prop here. Okay. Well, I have 5 upper strands and I have 3 lower strands here. Okay. Now, let's look at each of the big ideas. Okay. On the upper strand, you have the development of background knowledge. You have the teaching of vocabulary is another strand. You have language structures. Okay. You have verbal reasoning. Okay. And last but not least, literacy knowledge. Okay. Now, if you take a look at the bottom strands, you have phonological awareness. You have decoding, which of course would be your teaching of phonics. And you have sight word recognition. So it takes all these strands working together here, okay? All these component parts, they're intertwined, and it will result in what? A skilled and accurate, fluent reader with strong comprehension. So I just wanted to share that with you here. Are you a teacher who finds yourself drowning in the challenges of classroom management? Do student behaviors leave you feeling overwhelmed and drained at the end of each day? Picture this, a classroom where your students are not just present, but fully engaged, focused, and eager to learn. Say goodbye to classroom management stress and hello to success. The Teacher Rockstar Academy course is meticulously designed to equip you with the tools and strategies needed to skyrocket your effectiveness as a teacher. Curious to know if the Teacher Rockstar Academy course is the missing piece in your teaching journey? If you're ready to reclaim control of your classroom and witness the incredible impact on your students, then use the link in the podcast description to learn more about this program. All right, let's move on. You might be curious why science is necessary to comprehend something as common as reading. Well, think about this. Despite being surrounded by written words, many kids and adults face challenges with reading. By digging into the scientific aspects of reading, educators can create better teaching methods while parents can support their kids' literacy growth more effectively. It's all about making reading a skill accessible to everyone. Now, the foundation of reading science revolves around the idea of the reading brain. When we engage in reading, our brains actively interpret and make sense of information instead of just receiving it passively. This process involves various brain regions working together. The visual cortex processes letters, the phonological loop assists in sounding out words, and the frontal lobe is essential for comprehension and forming connections. This complex coordination highlights why mastering reading is such a remarkable achievement. Now, phonics plays a significant role in this intricate process. It involves teaching reading by associating sounds with symbols, which is crucial for helping readers grasp the connection between letters and sounds necessary for decoding unfamiliar words. Phonics serves as the foundation for reading skills. Now, without a strong grasp of phonics, readers may struggle with fluency and understanding. Now, remember a moment ago I said phonics is crucial, but again, there's more to it than just the teaching of phonics. Even though phonics alone isn't sufficient, okay? Another essential element is vocabulary. A diverse vocabulary empowers readers to comprehend and enjoy their reading materials better. It's akin to having a toolbox. The more tools you possess, the more tasks you're able to tackle. Children expand their vocabulary through conversations, reading activities, being read to aloud, which is very important here. Therefore, exploring various captivating books can significantly enhance their word knowledge. In other words, reading those classics, rich literary text. Moreover, employing effective comprehension strategies is crucial. These methods are what readers employ to comprehend written material. Making predictions, drawing conclusions, asking questions, seeking clarification, and summarizing are all the tools in the toolbox. By explicitly teaching these tactics, educators can assist students in becoming more active and engaged readers. It's not solely about reading the text, but also about comprehending and critically analyzing it. Those are key things here. Now, lastly, let's discuss the pleasure of reading. The art of reading isn't just about mechanics and techniques. It also involves nurturing a passion for reading. When children derive enjoyment from reading, they are more inclined to engage in it regularly, thereby enhancing their skills. Therefore, it is vital to establish an environment where reading is viewed as a delightful and rewarding pursuit. And that concludes, our brief exploration of the science of reading. I mean, there's tons of material on this stuff, and you could go on and on, okay? But I just kind of gave you the basics here. From grasping the workings of the reading brain and the significance of phonics to developing vocabulary, comprehension strategies, and instilling a love for reading, it is evident that this field provides invaluable insights. Now, whether you're a parent, educator, or simply an inquisitive learner, I trust this segment has piqued your curiosity about the intriguing science behind how we read. Well, my friend, there you have it. I want to thank you for listening to the Teacher Rockstar podcast. I'm your host, Steve Hiles. If there is a topic that you would like me to address on the show in the future, it's as simple as sending me an email. I read everything that comes in. I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like help with optimizing your classroom management skills, I invite you to visit teacherclassroomresources.com/TRA. Thanks again. We'll see you same time, same place next week. And remember, my friend, you got this.
You've been listening to the Teacher Rockstar Podcast with your host, Steve Hiles. We hope you've enjoyed this podcast as much as we have. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our ever-growing community of Teacher Rockstars. Until then, thanks for listening.